So what are we
When we get
what are we
ready, when
doing
we go
now?
live, okay. So we're gonna go live. We're just gonna talk about Hoops for Hope and what sponsors we already have, and then we're still looking for a couple
Hopes
more
for who?
sponsors.
Hopes
Hoops
for
for
who?
Hope. Yeah, Hopes
Hopes
for
for
Hope.
who?
and then we're going to talk about our upcoming broadcast schedule,
Oh,
just to
okay.
kind of give everybody an idea what Four T's has got going on.
Gotcha.
So you look like you're in a dungeon. Is that your work office?
Well, yeah, but I've got one wall that's tore out, the other wall that's not, and I've got this thing right here, which is a um, trim that I've taken down. So,
Okay,
yeah.
we're ready.
Oh, we're ready? Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Four T's update tonight. You see myself on the screen. You see Gary Davidson over there. I just picked him up off the side of the road a little bit ago. He's got his shirt and his hat on, but I put him in the dungeon down there. Gary, I'm glad you could join us, though.
Thank you for inviting me. It's really great to be here.
Well, we wanted to give everybody an update first of all on Hoops for Hope. Gary, touched on it the other night on our broadcast. It's pretty close to you, I know. You've done a lot of work, and I know Denise has done a lot of work with them over the years.
Yeah, she was on the directors a few years ago, and for a few years. But also, her mom was part of the original portion of that. And I was going to ask her today, actually, what how that started with her mom, and I'll get that, and I'll have all that information as we go through this week and heading up to the day of the event.
Well, that'll be good, and I'd love to have her on. She could come up and even talk about it a little bit because she'll know a lot about it. If we can get her on, I don't know that she'll want to talk, but I know she can be shy sometimes, Gary.
Yeah, when she's shy, when she wants to be. Yes.
Well, talking about Hoops for Hope, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's already came on board for us. It's starting to turn out to be a gigantic success. We want to get a couple more sponsors. We'd love to get a couple more advertisers and hit our goal. We're getting really close to that goal. But the advertisers we've already got on, Miller Plumbing, who is the title sponsor of this, Miller Plumbing and Contracting. We have Signature Will and Trust, Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, Holland Auto Sales, Lacey Dominic with Shelter Insurance, Young's Tire and Wheel Center, American Heritage Realtors, Atkinson Funeral Home, The Cider House, Amazing Photography, Schroeder Chiropractic, Hometown Flooring, Excalibur Contracting, The Girls Professional Fittings, Young's Construction, Land and Sand Power Sports and Turf, Aflac, Jerry Ann Sassonis, The Barber's Edge, and Church and Dwight going to be our scoreboard sponsor for the entire day as well. So we were well on our way to hitting our goals, but we got a couple more that we want to get. And another important part of that is drop-off locations and all the needs and stuff we need for the drop-offs. Gary, you got anything you want to add?
No, as you were reading through those, though, it was kind of a common theme. It's a lot of those are people that support us throughout the year and support the school throughout the year for us going out and being able to provide a game to those that can't be there. And so, I mean, a large portion of those sponsors are people that are with us every day. So, which is a wonderful thing to have them do. But it would be great to have some additional sponsors that not necessarily are always with us.
Yeah, and something you want to prop up our sponsors we have all the time, and that is awesome. One of the great things about that is every single one of our monthly sponsors I went to and I said, look, guys, you guys don't have to jump on and do anything extra. I just wanted to let you know about this. You're already going to get some love during the broadcast because they're a part of all of our broadcasts. And almost all of them have jumped on and said, yeah, we're still going to do it. We want to do something extra. And that just goes to show our community support and, that everybody believes in what we're doing. And that's great. The other big part of this is our drop-off locations. And we have drop-off locations all over town. And I'll talk about those locations. But I want to tell you about our donation drops. They're in need of diapers, sizes 4 and up, pull-ups, wipes, 4T and 5T children's clothes, both for boys and girls, men's, women, and children's underwear, men, women's, and children's socks, sports bras of all sizes, slippers and house shoes, especially for women and children, hair ties, the little rubber bands all the way to adult size hair ties, a hair dryer, hair straightener, curling iron, mascara, eyeliner. I know some people were like, what were some of those needs for? But you got to remember, these women, a lot of them, women and the children, have been uprooted from somewhere else. They're coming here to start anew. They're looking for jobs. They're trying to get on their feet, and they need these essentials and these necessities so that they can better equip themselves to start a new life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
many a time they walk out of the house and don't take anything with them because obviously a lot of them are in fear for their life, for themselves and for their loved ones, their children. And so a lot of times they walk away with absolutely nothing. So it sounds, a lot of the things that, you hear seem like average things that most women and children would have. But a lot of times they don't have those with them when they come to Hope Haven and to try to start their life over again.
Yeah, and that's what we want to help with because that's what they are doing. The other part of this is also non-perishable food items. Out in front of Hope Haven, they have a little food pantry that helps some of our homeless population as well as families in need. And as a lot of people know, if you've seen food pantries lately, there's been some food drops around town. There's usually a line around the block for people that are in need right now. There's a lot of people still out of work, a lot of people that could use some help because of the pandemic. And we want to be able to support that. We actually just took some up there the other day. But what I'd love to get everybody to do is to start dropping off non-perishable food items to any of these locations as well, or the community center. If you're going to Hoops for Hope that day, you got a game that day, take some food with you, some non-perishable food, and bring 2, 3, 4 cans and drop those on your way. We'll put a big box out there out front or something so that everybody can put food in that, and let's get a bunch of food that day as well. They have the capability of storing it inside there and taking it out and putting it in the little food pantry throughout the day. So if we could get 2 or 3 weeks worth of food for the food pantry part of it, that would be awesome as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be great because this is obviously for Hope Haven, and but it's going to be a fun day. I mean, you're going to be able to watch a lot of basketball, young men and women that are out there on the court that are aspire to be. They're on Friday nights, so like for football, and for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday nights and Saturday days in basketball. So it's going to be a great day to enjoy for people to be able to watch, but it's also for a great cause as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely don't want to forget the little guys because, that's what makes it fun for us. It's going to be especially fun for me. I'm going to be maybe in one of those games, we may wireless mic me up. I'll be on the bench coaching Braxton in the first and second grade game, and that'll be something fun we can do as well. But the kids are going to have fun with it. They're going to be able to go back and watch it just like they did for our Back the Blue event. And speaking of our broadcast, I do want to mention that. I'll get to that, our broadcast schedule in a minute, but I want to tell you places that you can drop things off for Hoops for Hope. Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. You can drop there. American Heritage Realtors. You can also drop at Schroeder Chiropractic, The Girls, Professional Fittings. You can also drop at The Barber's Edge, Sherwood Community Bank, Brad Sainer Farmers Insurance across from Casey's on Commercial, or the community center has one as well. Those are all drop locations around town. I might have been forgetting a couple, but there's several of them around town. You'll see a big box when you go into those locations that they have. I was just at Saturday, we were at the community center for basketball for skills and drills, the kindergartners, and then Braxton's game, and that box is over half full. So the word's starting to get out there, which is awesome. And if you've got anything, feel free to reach out to Gary, Jerry, or myself, and we'd be happy to take it as well if you don't want to take it to a drop location or you don't have capability to get it to a drop location.
Yeah, it'd be great if they had to bring another box in and unload that box and bring another box in, because most everything we're going to be taking in is something that can last for a long time. So we would like to be able to supply Hope Haven and those people that are in need with those for many, many weeks and months to come. And hopefully we'll try to do this, in the future as well to continue to support them.
As Jerry always says, he's probably watching. He's watching in his green room, watching us and listening to us talk. As Jerry always says, we don't call anything the first annual, but this is the inaugural Hoops for Hope. So hopefully next year we can have the second annual, Jerry, and maybe this fall we can have the second annual Back the Blue event. We want to be able to start these, and it does two things. Number one, it raises money for a great cause, as Back the Blue did for our local law enforcement, and Hoops for Hope is doing for Hope Haven. Maybe we'll have one this summer, do some baseball over at the baseball fields there by the community center, and we can find another great charity to help work out and work stuff with as well, doing that, and we can start making these annual events because, part of being a part of the community is also giving back to the community, Gary.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's something, the service that we can provide, and that those that, especially in this tough time of COVID, there are people that have lost their jobs or not making as much money as they normally would. There's a lot of people in need, not just the people in Hope Haven, but there's a lot of people that really need our help, that if we can help them. And so anything we can do, we surely want to be able to do that to help them through this struggling time.
So remember, Hope Haven we're getting ready for Hoops for Hope on February 6th. We're going to have youth basketball all day at the community center. Come out, join us, come and watch some youth basketball, or jump on YouTube and watch us broadcast youth basketball all day. We're looking for some more sponsors. We want to hit that goal of ours and be able to give a good amount to Hope Haven. So if you're wanting to be a sponsor, definitely get a hold of us. We got a couple of weeks. We can get you on board and get you taken care of. If you have donations, go to one of those great drop locations as well. On the other end of it, our broadcast schedule coming up, we have a lot of games coming up over the next couple of weeks. It starts tomorrow night, and Webb City coming to town. The 4th-ranked Webb City Cardinals coming to town tomorrow night to take on your Harrisonville Wildcats. And then Saturday, we travel down 49 across the road from Webb City and go to Carthage. And, Gary, I know you're excited for that because that is your alma mater.
Absolutely. It's always fun to go back home. I'll get to see some of my family that's there. But more importantly, get to go and call a game in the new gym. I've been in the new gym a couple of different times, but it's going to be fun to be there in my alma mater and be able to call a game. And obviously at that point in time, rooting for Harrisonville, not Carthage.
Well, and go look I'm going to be going to look for Gary's senior class picture in the hallways down there so I can snap that and show everybody during the broadcast, because that's what I'm excited about seeing. The following Friday we will have Warrensburg at Warrensburg. Huge MRVC West matchup, as that one is going to have that's going to have championship aspirations, as Warrensburg, Center, Harrisonville all doing battle, and they're probably going to be at the top of the conference.
Yeah, and looking forward to that game, as well as obviously, just like you said, Center. If anybody watched the tournament, the MRVC tournament, they saw 3 excellent teams. Not going to talk about necessarily disparage the other teams that are in, but they saw the 3 top teams battle it out for the top 3 spots in the MRV in that tournament. So yes, that's going to be a fun game to watch and call.
And then, of course, the 6th will be all day at the community center with Hoops for Hope. The 9th, finally on February 9th, we get to see the Lady Wildcats play a doubleheader. It'll be Lady Wildcats and then the Wildcat boys after that. We haven't got to see them this year, and it's been because of COVID. We had them scheduled for the 6 o'clock game on that Friday night at the Summit Christian Tournament, and then they were supposed to be part of a doubleheader at Lewisburg. Those games got jumbled up. So we haven't got to see the Lady Wildcats. They're playing some pretty good basketball this year, and we haven't got to see them. So I'm looking forward to that on the 9th, Gary. We actually get to see the Lady Wildcats play.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch them and cheer them on, and they do have a good team this year, and so we want to be able to support them as much as we possibly can. Really hate that we missed those other games that we were supposed to call.
Then the following week, we are busy. We have Tuesday night at home against Clinton. Wednesday night, we welcome back former assistant coach Frankie Jackson and the Butler Bears, who are defending district champions in their district last year, playing some of their best ball of the year. They just beat Clinton by 45 the other night, and then they turned around the next night and they beat they beat Hogan Prep. So they're playing good basketball. And then that Friday night, we travel to Center, and we've got that game. And by the time we get to that game, that might be for first place in the MRVC. Again, another great conference matchup on the road for the Wildcats.
And that's going to be a tough week because Butler coming in is really going to be a tough matchup, and then we're going to be followed off by what you said, Center, and having to go up there as well and play. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play them home this year, but we'll see them next year.
Yes, we will see them next year at home, but we've gotten to see them early this year, and they are a very, very good. I'm going to put some power in here before I run out of power and we just get lost. That wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, you don't want me running this thing, so.
So anyway, that's that week. And then the 23rd, we will have a doubleheader at Pleasant Hill. The boys and the girls will both be playing, so we get to see the girls again. And then the following week, starting on March 1st, is districts. That's still kind of up in the air. I don't believe anybody's going to host district tournament this year. They're just going to go and take care of business at a location of the higher seed. So hopefully we'll be able to get the boys and girls district games in that week, and hopefully they make a run of the district championship.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's so important about playing well right now, because if we get to be at least 1 or 2 seed, then we'll for sure at least get one home game. Depending on how things work out, we could get 2.
So we'll see what happens. We've got a lot headed your way in February. And remember, Hoops for Hope, February 6th, still time to be a sponsor. I want to thank Jerry for putting all this together tonight. And I want to thank Gary for taking time out of his schedule. I know he was busy this afternoon, being able to take time out of his schedule tonight to join us. And let's go have some fun and call some basketball tomorrow night.
Looking forward to it.
So we're saying good night tonight. We will see you guys here in the near future, and we'll be live on YouTube tomorrow night.